Dennis Oppenheim made this piece called Parallel Stress. It's a 10-minute performance piece where his body continues and is a part of the landscape. It's a work, you know, based on stress, position, and objects. He's himself parallel to the brick constructed space that he's extending. Talking about doing with whatever you have, the Gilbert and George is made up of faux wood frames. They didn't have money to frame them, so they made paper frames that look like wood. The Laurie Anderson is made from 1975. It's work from Laurie called Duet for Door Jam and Violin, where the piece is made from a place, a site, the doorway. So we've got all the pictures. Louise Lawler did this piece called The Bell Jar, and it's from 1999. It's a photograph mounted, and beautiful piece. Louise is one of my favorite artists. She works from display of artwork and objects within both public and private spaces. This is actually sort of blurs the distinction. Tony Labat is from San Francisco. He's actually the artist himself with Fidel Castro. Tony is from Cuba, and it's a work of this series that he did in wax museums. As somebody said, yeah, I recognize Fidel, but who's the other wax museum figure?
He does look a little bit waxed, doesn't he?
Nick Waplington and Dan Graham. This is a Nick Waplington, an English photo-based artist. A work very gruesome, eerie, sort of science experiment. And Dan Graham, it's a work from 1967, opening of a restaurant in New Jersey. Beautiful photograph of Dan's. Scott McFarlane is from Vancouver, and young artist who's making really interesting photographic works. Digitally, things are manipulated, added in the photograph, both in the figures. I'm not sure how many. I think maybe that the woman is part of the picture and that he's added the other figures. I'm not quite sure. I didn't ask the artist, but I love the image.
Maybe it's not important to know exactly.
Exactly. The image is really quite amazing.
And this one?
Jeff Burton. He's an LA-based artist who lives here, works here. It's a new piece, Tractor. Beautiful color, very ominous, sexual. Really great new picture of Jeff's.
Thanks, Tom.
Interventions.